This is not supposed to happen. This is downtown Moscow in Russia up in flames. Because last night Ukraine hit them with hundreds and hundreds of drones. Every refinery is on fire. The city is covered in black smoke. Look at this. This is one of the most iconic videos ever. Look at the top of that silo just burst into flames. This is crazy. And Europe's looking at this, right? Because the world just watched us lose the war in Iran. Yeah, we lost. You don't pay someone $300 billion when you win. And they're going, wait a minute. The United States putting all this pressure on us with this NATO thing? We don't have to do that. We could do our own thing, integrating Ukraine into our militaries, letting them take the lead, because Ukraine is the most formidable military in Europe, and then we could leave the Americans behind. We don't have to put up with all this, you're in, you're out, we want Greenland, we want this, we want that. Last night, even when Russia tried to take things down, like watch this drone. Hit with an interceptor, okay, they got it. Oops, no they didn't, blew up the building below. The purpose of this attack was to bring this war home to the Russian people, make them aware, hey, you're at war, and this now affects you, because they weren't. They were a lot like us during Iraq and Afghanistan. Unless you had family in the military, you weren't paying attention. But now you can't do that when shit's blowing up all around you, when smoke's covering your city. And the thing about this oil smoke, ladies and gentlemen, is it rains in Russia. And when that rain begins, it brings all that oil down and it blankets all the plants, all the cars, all the streets. It's just a complete toxic nightmare. So Putin now has to think, oh my God, what do I do? Because the elites around him, they were not big fans of this war when it began. This is the rain right here. They were not big fans of this war when it began. And it becomes even worse as it affects them more and more each day. It went from just affecting their money to now affecting their daily lives as shit blows up around them. So if you look at the ground, you could see the oil streaks, okay? And there's a car over here to the side that they can show you this black car. Look at that black film underneath there. All that is oil. So you're just imagining that all over your windows at home, all over your plants, your fruits, your vegetables. It is a complete freaking disaster. And so now Putin has to think, okay, do I really want to eat this food? Because I need to let the food test the taste. I got to change routes. I got to use different toilets. Everything in his life is a freaking nightmare. And yes, he's going to respond. He's going to light Ukraine the fuck up. Okay, there's no better way to say that. But that's a part of this game. Can he use nuclear weapons? He could. But if he does that, Russia's going to be in an even worse spot as the whole world blacklists them. You can't use nuclear weapons in today's world. But he could try. I doubt many Russians will go along with it. But let's see. Very few people had Ukraine picked to win this. I mean, just look at some of these articles at the beginning of this war. The West's weapons won't make any difference to Ukraine. Russia's shock and awe. And every time Trump stepped in to negotiate, he always took Russia's side. He was never on Ukraine's side. Matter of fact, he still refers to Zelensky as a dictator. I don't know what Putin is. But here's the thing with this. Look, America's relationship with Europe, NATO, has been very contentious of late. Most people don't even know if NATO still exists because Trump called for a lot of countries to support him during his Iran escapade, and they didn't come. That wasn't a NATO act, though, because NATO is defensive. That was an offensive act, and a lot of countries didn't let Trump use bases, and so there's beef. But the beef was even before that, because a lot of NATO countries weren't paying their fair share, and Trump was right to go at them. The way he did it probably wasn't the best. So a lot of Europe right now watched what happened with Iran, and they realized, wait a minute, America lost. We did lose. Not only did we lose, we were unable to protect the countries that we're supposed to protect, because Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Qatar, all those Gulf countries depend on us for their protection. That's why there were so many bases there, and they watch our bases get destroyed, our soldiers end up in hotels, and they're going, wait a minute, the Americans can't win and they can't defend us. What's the point? And Europe's watching this too. And Europe's going, you know what? It would make more sense for us to invest in Ukraine. Let's bring that technology into the EU. Let's get together and form some kind of national defense unit. These things take time, yes. Okay, America is still the strongest, but my point is, you're beginning to see the formula for them to walk away and let America do its own thing, and they do their own thing. And there's a lot of MAGA guys that I know who can go like, well, that's great, Skyy. Really? We could tell Europe what to do because they depended on us for their security. If they don't, then that's a problem. Also, if they don't depend on us, they're not buying our arms. So all our manufacturers that were selling arms all over the world, all that goes away. You know, there's a lot of negatives to the world splitting apart, and we would be big losers beyond the loss we just suffered in Iran. You know, but anyway, look, Zelensky, keep doing your thing. Let's see how this goes. I wish you the best. And like I say, sleep with one eye open tonight because Putin will respond. Guys, follow this page. I give you the shit that you need.